Well, Colin, the Harriers Fan Club have been collating questions for you over the last couple of weeks. Nick is here to present them to you, and I'll let him do the honours.
Hi Colin, thank you for today, taking the time out. So we'll kick off with a question from James Barnett. Will Mark Yates be allowed to play football how he sees appropriate to win a game?
Absolutely. Mark Yates' ideas on football aren't that dissimilar to mine. Get the ball forward early, and use the attacking flair that we've got. I think we became a little bit staid, a little bit stale, a bit slow in possession, and that's not what I was used to seeing. We haven't got a lot of difference in the way we approach the game.
Okay, thank you. Matt Brick asks, could you show more goals from old games on the scoreboard at half-time rather than one or two to entertain the fans?
That will be down to the media department who are present, so take that
That's
with,
one for you, Matt.
Yeah,
some of them, goals are more suited to the shape of the board and whatever else than others, but we are working to get some greater variety, definitely.
Brilliant. Wayne Howells asks, how are the plans for the new stadium progressing? Can we get a full update?
Full update is that they are still progressing. We've got to go to have another meeting with council soon, and the plans for the new stadium are actually rolled up with the plans for all of our education development. So it's going to take time, but we've hit every deadline that we're supposed to with the council, and we're hoping that in the next few weeks we'll have a chance to present to Cabinet with council with regards to how we can afford all these plans and how we want to take it forward. So they're developing. It's not going to be a quick process at all.
Okay. James Hatherall asked the same question regarding the stadium, but then also goes on to add, ticket prices increase year on year, but our level remains the same. Is it feasible to introduce offers like we did for Chorley at home more regularly? And finally, and most importantly, why do we insist on posting the team sheet on Instagram an hour before, and then when the game is taking place on Twitter/Facebook, where the majority of our followers are?
That again is down to the media department, and I'll have the media department answer that. With regards to it's completely out of my control, so that's down to Matt, and Matt will deal with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick Hatton, how long will it be until we're rid of the black hole? How close are we to the education/university provision you're looking for?
It's a great question. I'm hoping that we'll get our house in order quite quickly. A lot of it revolves around the negotiations we're having with the council at the moment, because what we need as a football club is some asset to be able to leverage, and so it's all part of our negotiation with the council. How close are we to getting to a position where we can thrive, keep our head above water but thrive? Very, very close. If we can keep all of our revenues in a season rather than dragging our revenues for next year back into this to cover the shortfalls, we can actually make a profit on the football as well as on the education, which would be nice. But for however many years, certainly every time I've been here, but going way back for years and years and years before, early deals on season tickets, early deals on sponsorship are always being dragged back to cover the shortfalls for the end of the season. If we can actually keep our revenues in each season that it's applicable to, we are a lot closer to being able to wash our own face. So that's the plan. So we're working hard to try and get there.
Okay, thank you. Jack Pugh asks, are we looking to strengthen in the midfield, and will Mark Yates be given freedom to play his style?
We've already answered the Mark Yates style. It's no different. Some of our attacking football was fantastic at the weekend. With regards to strength in midfield, we're in negotiations with Milan Butterfield to get him sorted. Billy Daniels is training now. He's back, hopefully for the weekend. Russ Penn's not a million miles away, and Declan Wicks. We've got four bodies for two places. We're delighted with Milan. We've worked very, very hard with him for a year, not for the whole season, and all of a sudden the penny's dropping with his discipline without the ball, and I thought he was fantastic on Saturday, and he could be our new Usman fan with good technical ability as well. So at the moment we've got options. There are other people that we could look at, but we seriously want to get Milan tied up because we think there's a player there.
this isn't one of the questions, but just off the back of that, what is the situation with Butterfield?
He's been with us all year, training with us, and came in part of the education programme to start with, and we've tried to get him out to get some games on loan, which he did, but he trains with us every day and he looks an exceptional talent. We were just concerned about his discipline without the ball, but Mark's done a lot of work with him over the last 2 weeks, felt that he was worth a game and to be trusted about that, and he was fantastic, but it's one game. So let's see how we go.
Cool. Nathan asks, with Mark Yates in charge and with Russ Penn and Jimmy O'Connor involved, will Colin step back from helping with the training and focus solely on running the club?
Absolutely, that's exactly what I wanted to do. Had Jimmy and Russ been given the opportunity to step forward before, that probably would have been a very good position to be in. But I brought them in to work with me straight away. They were fantastic, and I haven't been to a training session. I don't want to, but needs must before, and that's the point. We were very light on numbers and very light on support, so it was needs must. If I wanted to be manager of this football club, I could be manager of this football club, but I've appointed 3, 4, 5 people. I don't want to be manager of this football club. But and I'm quite comfortable to let that group down there have their heads now and do their jobs, because they've absolutely been phenomenal, and that's what I want. The work rate they're showing, the intelligence they're showing, their organisation has been second to none. So there's no need for me to be involved, and I don't want to be involved. But I felt that there was absolute need for me to be involved before.
Okay. Matt Brick again asks, did we get our money back on the Dan Bradley sale?
We will do in time. We've had to be a bit more creative in the deal, because Dan hadn't really played as regular as we'd want him to for the money that we paid out and for the salary we were paying him. So we've agreed a deal we filed that was a sizable down payment with a structure around it that would get us 99% of our money back.
Fantastic. Paul Stiff at Hunter Harrier asks, I think we need some words from the chairman as to what exactly is going on. Do we have a cash flow problem? How many more players have we got to get rid of? Will we be full-time next season?
We'll absolutely be full-time next season. If we're not full-time next season, the education plans are out the window. So with regards to players that we've let go, we've let them go because we wanted to improve the squad. It wasn't about cash flow. That's a fact. With the exception of Lee Vaughan, he was looking for an extension on his contract. We couldn't give him at the moment, and Solihull were prepared to. All the others have gone because we feel that we've got better in the building, and certainly the fans can see with the likes of Liam McAlinden, we have. So what we look to do here, and have always done, is when we lose players, we look to replace them with better. And in the main, with 1 or 2 exceptions, we've always done so. And so I don't think anybody can question our recruitment. Our recruitment has been better than anybody's. Nobody knew who Ed Williams was. Nobody knew who Nick Clayton Phillips was. No one knew about Liam McAlinden. There's Crowsdales, there's Usman Fan, there's Elton Engratala, there's, good gracious, Zane Francis Angol. How many, did anybody know who Fraser Horsfall was? Everybody's telling me that Ryan Johnson's going to be an exceptional talent. He's absolutely an amazing acquisition for the football club. So we do well on recruitment, and the fans need to stop thinking it's because of this, that and the other. Basically, it's because we need to improve the squad, and those are the reasons why we've moved players on and have brought players in. Did anybody know who Milan Butterfield was? We'll do it again. That's the point. We're very good at this. With regards to the black hole and cash flow, absolutely it hurts. It hurts at the moment. And we keep going back to the same people for the shortfall. And we can't keep doing that. It would be nice if certain groups actually said, how can we help? Don't get that phone call very often.
On the back of the I suppose, recruitment piece, we've got a question from Paul Bayliss regarding Elton Nguatala. As he's not signed for anyone at the moment, will we be able to offer him a train with us with a view to him joining until the end of the season?
He's training with Stevenage at the moment. I've been in touch with him regularly because I love him as a player, as we all do. If things didn't work out for him at Stevenage, we'd be straight on to him. But that will be down to Elton, because it's from Scottish Premier to National League North is a big step backwards. So it will be down to Elton, really.
I've got a question from Alex Withers here. What's happened with Ed Williams? What injury did he have?
Ed was picked up an ankle injury against Hereford on the same day that Billy Daniels did, and it was a nasty one. He rolled his ankle, but he was fortunate enough that he could continue on with adrenaline. I think he played for the rest of the game, but it really was a bad injury, and he's obviously missed all of January because of it. But that was contrary to rumours that were flying around on the message boards and everywhere else to say that he wasn't playing because we hadn't paid him, along with Dan Bradley. Which, if I wasn't going to pay anybody, I wouldn't pay probably the two most saleable players in the club. I think I'd probably pick on people that actually weren't going to generate any revenues or wasn't going to cost anything. And it's just, it winds me up really, because these rumours are being spread by people who should know better. Why on earth wouldn't we pay players to play? And why wouldn't we pay the two most valuable assets in the club? It just beggars belief. And the people peddling those rumours aren't really fans. They're just mischief makers. Dan was injured. Everybody knew it. We did a full piece on Ed and his injury, put it out on the website, and everybody could see the injury he went through. And obviously he played on Saturday and scored a goal and showed exactly what we'd been missing. So, as you've done, and as 2 or 3 other people do, if they want to know the truth on any matter, ask. Because that just wound us all up at the football club. You're thinking, really, are these people truly fans that they can peddle such garbage as to we haven't paid 2 players out of a squad of 19, 20 and they didn't play football? It's just ridiculous, and it drives me up the wall. I understand there are people with agendas at the moment. I understand there are people that are not too happy with me because they don't have involvement in the football club anymore. But come up with something more original than not paying a couple of your best players. That's so childish and so petty. It's beyond belief, and so it really, really did get to me. And so, to answer your question, Ed Williams did have a major injury, the same as Billy. He got back quicker than Billy by about a week. They had a bet on who'd get back the quickest, and Ed won. And not only that, he came back and scored a goal at the weekend, which is fantastic.
Okay, and that concludes the questions, Colin, for today. So thanks again for your time and for being so open and honest with the questions.
No problem at all. Anytime.